everybody.
Hello,
Happy
hello.
Thursday.
Yes.
Welcome to today's episode of Let's Do This Radio Talk Show. We are excited about today. So one thing, we have been having some very great topics and we've been on the road. Today is no different. We are going to be focusing on mindset, everything about mindset. So our show, the intent of it is to encourage entrepreneurs to do it. Let's do this. Not to procrastinate, not to hesitate on anything that they're trying to do. But instead of just focusing on the business, we like to look at the whole person. Mm-hmm. So we dabble in finances. We have a love expert, and then we also have our book expert that comes in. So what we're going to do is introduce ourselves, and we're going to start with Bernie.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm Bernadette Bronner from BB Coaching and Consulting. I coach women through empowerment coaching through my business. I also have a nonprofit, Sisters Helping Empower Each Other, which is a organization that caters to the community through way of educational workshops, volunteerism, and we also do, Lord, I drew a blank. Sorry, y'all.
Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. You just come in.
Yeah, so we also have functions for ourselves. So I just want to welcome you to the show. I apologize for that brain freeze.
It's all right. It's all right. That's all right.
You always do good.
Yeah,
so
I'm good. I'm sorry. Welcome.
Shanae.
Hello, guys. It is Shanae Robinson, the professional credit diva. And as I state always, diva means doing it very aggressively. So no matter what it is you want in life, you have to go after it because nobody's going to give it to you. And with my business, what I do with my company is I really impact the lives of people because credit can be a stressful subject and it can be a stressful topic. So what I do is I help people to unlock their dreams by restoring their credit.
Yes.
And hello. I'm Katrina Martin. I'm the owner of the Global Next Gen Event Center. As you know, we have a best kept secret in Clinton. Where you host your baby showers, events. What makes us so unique, we have a boutique event center, which pretty much you host intimate gatherings. You can reach us on globalnextgen.com. And also with spring break coming up, we'll be having a lot of events for the youth. Because spring break is coming up this next week. So we'll be having a lot of events for the youth.
Very good. All right. Mm-hmm. So I'm your girl, Ladrine Howard Peterson, CEO and founder of Do It, delivering on ideas and thoughts. And you know what I do? In a nutshell, I help turn dreamers into doers. And I do it on both avenues, from an HR perspective and also from a business perspective. So, so what did you all do this weekend?
Well, for me, I attended Sheena Moulton's, what's the name of it? Your Whole Self Matters. That's what it was. And it was an awesome event, empowering event for women. And I truly enjoyed my stay with them on the time I was there on Saturday morning.
Awesome. And Carl Walker, my girlfriend, my muffin, did a fashion show, and our contributing host, Myra.
That was
so
good.
Awesome.
Yes.
How about you, Miss Shanae?
I actually got a lot of spring cleaning done. Just getting ready. The weather has been beautiful. It's just sunny. So I'm I want a nice clean house.
Yes.
So I did spring cleaning this weekend. What I am planning for this weekend, however, is, and I'm going to speak about that a little bit later, I'm excited, is my home buying limo tour.
Yes.
It's an experience. So I'm excited about that.
I'm looking forward to hearing about that.
Share that. And with me, so I've kind of converted over from a cheer mom to a softball mom. So Deja's playing softball now, and actually she's doing a great job. I mean, I'm so proud of my girls. They try any and everything, and whatever they do their best. And I'm like, wow. So been pretty much on the softball field last week. I had a meeting with a cousin of mine. We talked about mental health. We talked about bipolar, depression, and it is real. We need to really check up on our friends to make sure we're in that right state of mind, and you really never know it. Saturday, of course, you and I, we went to, you know, for the funeral with Eric Weaver's son. That was a beautiful service, and then I went to support my cousin. She had a bridal shower.
Yeah.
So I had a full weekend. So Sunday I didn't went blank. So I don't really know what happened on Sunday. But
I had baby shower. I forgot about that. I had 2 baby showers this last weekend.
So for the most part, I did spring cleaning.
Okay.
And preparing to get a full painting of my house. Okay. So that's a job in itself. Yes. But the funeral. So the funeral sparked so many things, like, for me. And it actually was a part of why I chose the title and why I chose to focus in this area. And then when I talked to you last night, it was like, boom, it was confirmation, because mindset was in your title.
Right.
And then I spoke to someone on yesterday, and they were calling about a resume for their son. And they talked about the mindset of our youth in this time. Okay. So that's how I ended up going into that topic. So in terms of the funeral and how it made me think about mindset, it was like 4 points. And one was Ron Moulton. When he talked about, so Eric Weaver Jr., he was the 38th murder in D.C.
Right.
And Ron's tribute to him, the thing that he said is, he will not be known as number 38.
Right.
That's not his name. His name is Eric Weaver Jr. I felt like that was so important. So many people get killed that they go by a number. Like, what number is he? Right. And then, I don't know if his name's Trayon White. Trayon White. He is the councilman for Ward 8. And the thing that he said was, so I think I don't know the exact number, and it's not a full quote, but he said something in terms of, we're up to number 50. We are getting like 500 bodies a year. 500. So it's not even the 50 that I'm even focusing on right now. It's a sad thing. I'm tired of going to funerals or whatever. But he said, but we got 450 more that we got to worry about. That thing touched me to my heart, to the core, like so bad in terms of what's going on. What's really going on with the world today? What's going on with our young men today? And then I was talking to someone else, and they was like, it's not only men. It's a lot of women that are involved in this. A lot of our young girls. Then me and Trina had a discussion about Brother Raheem. Was that his name?
Oh, yeah, Raheem. He brought it in.
So he
brought it in for us.
He shut it down.
He shut it down.
He even came down off the pulpit. His message was, he said, I'm talking to my brothers. So I'm looking like, why are you only talking to the brothers? He said, yeah, I'm talking to my brothers. I have nothing left to say to my sisters. I have apologized to them over and over again, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so sad, and I'm so tired of them seeing them sad because they had to bury their child.
Right.
And he went in and talked to the brothers. And he talked about how he had a son in college. He's scared for his son to come home for spring break. And don't get me wrong, I grew up in Southeast, the toughest of the roughest of the roughest of the roughest. But like hearing and knowing that our children, because it's all about children, that they're going through this now, it left me like feeling some type of way, like there's something that has to be done. And it was so many organizations that were there that their purpose is to find ways and to give avenues for those who are in this situation, or those who have been locked up in the reentry program. And the sad thing was Eric Weaver, the father, senior, that's what he does.
He's an advocate of the city.
He does. He does that for the city. And don't get me wrong, he has a past. Right. He has a past. But the fourth point that I wanted to make is when people don't realize what they're putting people's families through. Right. So when they did the call for the family to come in for the last site, that was like the saddest thing that I've ever like went through and witnessed. when he was waving for me to come up, I hesitated for a while because I didn't want to come up and be around him. But I was like, this my sister, this my brother. Because I grew up like extremely close with them, like my sister and my brother, like every day. So when I went up to the casket, all of my friends and family that I grew up with were crying, grown men, crying. The only thing that I can do, because y'all know how I am about death, the only thing I could do was lean on Lil Eric's mother, on her. And I don't even know what I did, but she turned around and asked me, was I okay? And it was just a sad thing. So it was just like that whole experience. And realizing, like, what you know, how many families and how many people in there, how many people that I grew up with that their sons have passed away. So that's what transitioned me into talking about a mindset. A mindset. Like, what's going on? And even with Nipsey Hussle, I don't really know of him. I looked him up a little bit, and I know Bernie got educated by her daughter on him a bit.
And I've pulled up some footage on him as well.
And my pastor did a sermon on him about, you know, Sunday. Of course, it was biblical. He did Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel. But the whole aspect of it is, you know, we have some issues that are going on in our mindset. Our mindset is the difference of whether we are successful or whether we're living in a certain way. So that's what our show is going to be about. It's not going to be sad in terms of that piece, but that's what sparked me. And then the young lady that I talked to about her son, and then when I talked to you last night and you said mindset in terms of the money, I was like, oh, we're going to switch that up. So yeah, I switched up the topic last night. But it's very, very, very vital and very important with that. So it's three main topics and three main areas that we're going to be focusing on. So it is growth versus a fixed mindset, money mindset mastery, and then mindset matters. And then at the end of it, we got a little special, our little millennial, our little person who's always behind the scene. Kamari's going to come in and talk about the Kamari experience towards the end. Good. So we are going. Go ahead.
I wanted to add from the funeral. What was it? Rashid. We can't get your name. We saw the R-Man. But he said something that really resonated with me. He said, "So many mothers are hurting from the womb."
Yes.
I was like, woo.
Yes.
You know, to have to bury your child.
Yes.
So what he spoke, I'm glad that he was what they said, he landed the plane. Because he was the last one that spoke. And sometimes the last person that speaks, that's the last thing that's on your mind. That's what you remember. But when he said that so many mothers are hurting from the womb, that was powerful. Yeah. It
really did. It really touched a lot of people in there. But yeah, very, very good point. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So in terms of like a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, and I'm gonna read the positivity. So with the growth mindset, it's a positive aspect, and you're looking to make waves. So it's the attitude of I can learn anything I want to. A fixed mindset is I'm either good at it or I'm not. In terms of a growth mindset, it's when I'm frustrated, I persevere. I keep pressing on. A fixed mindset, when I'm frustrated, I give up. So let me just read the rest of the mindset, and that's pretty much how the balance go. When I fall, I learn. Tell me, I try hard. If you succeed, I'm inspired. My effort and my attitude determine everything. So that's a growth mindset. The remainder for the fixed mindset, when I fail, I'm no good. Tell me I'm smart. Like you need somebody to tell me that I'm smart. And it got to be the top of it. It can't be minimal. And if you succeed, I feel threatened.
That's horrible.
My abilities determine everything. Your ability determine everything? Come on now. So it's the difference between a mindset in terms of the way that you can survive and the way that you can do a number of various things. So what are y'all thoughts in terms of people that you all around, time and spaces that you can be in. Sometimes we go through some spaces and some trying times where we're even questioning our businesses. We're questioning whether we're walking in the right direction. So what are y'all thoughts in terms of that, of how a mindset can seriously impact you?
Your mindset can definitely, if you're not strong-minded or strong-willed enough to keep going, it can definitely damage you. It can damage you, your business, your family, your friends, because you don't realize, in a sense, the poison that you're putting in the atmosphere. The power of life and death is in the tongue, and you have to speak it. And you want to be around people who bring you positivity, who speak into the atmosphere good things about themselves, about you, because you just don't realize how draining it is. And one of the growth things that I learned actually in my mindset is that if a person does not bring me positivity, then I am grown enough to say, I'm not going to attend this event, or I'm not going to go here because that person is here, and I need to protect my space because that's important.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll use myself for example. With the fixed mindset.
Yes.
And because I've transitioned from working to now I'm on retirement. But you do hear people say, "Well, I'm on a fixed income," but I choose not to speak that because every day I'm looking at ways to generate income, to expand my business, to do things outside of, because I'm looking at, okay, God blessed me to have a stable income, which is my retirement, but I'm still able to have more income and generate more. But it's all in the mindset, because you can get stuck with those numbers. In retirement, you can get stuck. And that's another thing, we'll touch base on it later, as far as preparing for situations where if you may have to retire out early. But that's a prime example. But myself, is not being stuck in that fixed mindset. Well, this is where I'm going to be, and this is where I need to stay. I pretty much, I'm opening up my doors for other things.
So I think mindset is a state of being. Right. So sometimes we get caught up, and if we stuck in fix, then we hinder ourselves from growing. And if we because the mind is a powerful thing. It's very beautiful, and I love it, because as soon as you decide to do something and you put your mind to it, you conquer it. But if you talk to yourself negatively, you talk yourself out of it. So the thing is to always reaffirm who you are and say positive things to yourself, because you can conquer anything. And it's okay if you fail. You can fail over and over again, but you still can be successful. Walt Disney is an example. Michael Jordan is an example. If you read the over the life of their lives and how they conquered, they changed their mindset. But look at their legacies now. They failed a lot, but they did not allow that mindset to keep them stuck.
They failed forward.
And continue, like Shanae said, to surround yourself with people that's going to put positive energy in you. What you call it, synergy? Continue for that synergy. Keep reaching out for that synergy. So what I do is, now I'm home. I set lunch dates a lot. And with my lunch days, I walk away with something empowering from every date that I have. Whether it's someone else's testimony, I'm pouring to them, or they're pouring to me, but we're pouring to each other. And I like that what you said. I'm not going to entertain that negative space. And I had a case where, as someone told me, where you need to listen. No, not this time. I'm not going to listen. So we're at that place now. We can make that decision. I can't take that right now. You have to respect when somebody says. If somebody tells you, I can't take that in right now, respect that. Don't take it as, you're being, nonchalant. You've been
Uppity,
standoffish. You trying to be judgmental.
Right.
Don't take it as you being judgmental and things like that. Everybody can't handle what you ready to tell them sometimes. So you just
But we
never
have
know.
to protect our space.
You got to
We
protect
have
your
to.
space. That's so
to.
important.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. I always talk about my space.
Right.
And I'm so serious about my space.
Yeah.
I'm a lovable person now. I'm a lovable person. And I care about people like wholeheartedly,
Right.
like really care, and I love it when people succeed. But I can't take drainers.
Yeah.
Oh my, I'm allergic to drainers.
Yeah.
I cannot deal with that at all.
Right.
It tends to shift me, and I don't
Right.
like anything or allow anything within my power to shift me. So yeah, and so when you think about like a mindset, you think about like where you grow up, and I always talk about when I did AWN, and when I talk about from the book, my chapter, I always talk about Southeast to South Africa because all the things that they told me that I couldn't do or what was going to happen. And I found when I was listening to them speak at the funeral, I started hearing stuff that I heard when I was a little kid.
Okay.
And I wanted to yell out, that's not, that doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. Although, like, we have friends who are millionaires. I mean, Lil Russell was standing right there. He owns the Oyster Bar and so many real estate. Yeah. So I really wanted to touch bases on that. And just like staying away from avoiding challenges. That's what grows you. And not giving up easy.
Right.
When you have an obstacle in your way, connect with people. Find the answer to get through it.
Right.
Talk about it. Don't just give up.
Right.
And my pastor was talking about how when people are suffering or when the resources are not enough, that's what causes us to. And he got that from Nipsey. He was actually like talking about what Nipsey said and how he goes. But he did an example with 10 chairs and 10 people. Then he took away half of the chairs. You should have seen the assistant pastors and ministers. I mean, I know it was role playing, but that's
It's
how
real.
it is in
That's
real
real.
life.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So, Vic's mindset: ignore useful feedback and are threatened about other success. Growth. This is an area where intelligence can be developed. You embrace challenges. You persist despite of the article. You see effort as a path to mastery. You learn from criticism. You learn from constructive criticism.
Okay.
Constructive criticism. And then you are inspired by others. Yeah. So that's pretty much like the basis of the first element of it. So we'll take a quick break and we'll come back on the other side so we can bring some lightning
right.
to this thing. But I just had to get that out.
but it's
So
good
rest in
info.
peace,
Yeah.
Irk Weaver Jr., aka Lil Smooth. So we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
See you later.
Are you standing on your feet all day or sitting for hours on the job? Are you dealing with back, neck, and shoulder pain? Well, I got just the thing for you. Visit Optimum Wellness Services, where you will be provided with holistic treatments from therapeutic massages, meditation, nutrition, exercises, breathing, and stretching techniques to all help you promote relaxation and rejuvenation. Text APPT to 202-230-8511. That's 202-230-8511. You'll have an assessment. You will be glad you did. All right, y'all. So that was a quick break, but we're back. So we are excited to talk about it. So we're going to look and we're going to try to shift this to the positive aspect of it. So we're going to be focusing on some finances, some budget talk, and then we're going to Trina also has her activities that we're going to come in and do our question, and then I have some points that I'm going to go through in terms of talking about a mindset more on the positive aspect of it. So we're going to start with the mindset matters. So the mindset matters, and it kind of like ties back into the other thing, but use it in a positive way to kind of like use it and make you go. Like last week we talked about how much I talk. I talk to myself a lot and I use positive affirmation. What do y'all do to help condition y'all mindset?
I do the same thing.
Mm.
I do a lot of positive affirmations because it's important to reinforce what you already know.
Okay.
Right? And you have to be careful who you listening to. And if it's something negative, you know it's first of all not from God.
Right.
So you discount that.
Yes.
So when you know that it's not from God, you counteract that with a positive. Something negative come into your life, you counteract it with a positive affirmation.
Yes.
So I do that on a regular.
Very
and
good.
to keep me up because it's real.
Yeah, it's definitely real. It's definitely real.
Yeah. Audible actually is my friend.
Okay.
And so I have so many books that I download and I listen to because I can do it through my Bluetooth at work,
Okay.
riding in the car. For some reason, actually reading makes me sleepy.
Oh,
And so so I do Audible, and like the average book is anywhere between like 4 to 6 hours. I can listen to a book a day.
Wow.
You know, with
Yes.
that, and so like I just got finished listening to The
I'm
Secret,
switching over.
and I listened to The Secret like, and I had when I was home this weekend spring cleaning, I just kept it on auto repeat because it drops so many nuggets. And one of the things that stuck with me is from that and from other people is to stay in an attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
So when something
Yes,
negative
yes,
comes
yes.
into my spirit, I immediately just say, thank you, dear God. I
Yes.
thank him so many times a day for keeping me.
Okay.
And I go into like a quick prayer and say, dear God, thank you for everything and everybody in the whole wide world, because
Yes.
you never know. So that's what I do to try to keep my mind focused and not just
Okay.
on me, but on positive for
Right.
everything.
Absolutely.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
That's good, Shanae. That's
Right.
really good.
For me, I talk to myself a lot, but I also, Alexa, turn on Fred Hammond. So, you know, Alexa is my best friend. I have her put on that gospel music. That gospel music, it just
Come on
uplifts
now.
my spirit.
That's it.
And it takes my mind to a whole place, another place. And like Shanae say, then you start thinking about all the gratitude.
Yes.
Okay, my kids, they you know,
yes.
they
Yep.
safe, they're in school, they doing what they supposed to do. And, you know, you start thinking about everything of just being thankful for.
Oh
And
my
it could be the
gosh.
smallest thing. And that's what really keeps me going. And I'm going to try that Audible because with the reading, you know, with my vision and stuff, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So I did say that I was going to try the Audible. I would love to start doing that. So that's good. That's a good nugget, and that's something I think I would start doing as well. But Alexa is my best friend right now.
Yes, yes, yes. And touching on music, y'all know Yolanda Adams. Woo! I mean, Anita Baker too, but Yolanda Adams,
yeah.
man, get you through anything. I've been listening to her since 1989.
What?
1989. Don't get it twisted. Me and Yolanda. So yeah. So another thing. So I pulled like a couple quotes.
Okay.
So a second one was to change your life, you have to change yourself. To change yourself, you have to change your mindset. So everything lines up. So I'm serious. Like mindset is a powerful
It's
thing.
very powerful.
It's a powerful thing. So I really want people to like focus on that. And I'm about to start doing like some reading on that because I think I want to introduce that with my clients.
Yeah.
Like that's
Everything
a
starts
serious
in the
thing.
mind.
Yeah.
Everything negative, everything positive.
So
everything starts in the
So
mind.
what do you all when a person continues to say, well, this is how I've been all my life, this is the way I'm going to be, either accept it or, I mean, what's up with that?
That goes with that fixed mindset.
Yeah,
it
like
goes
they
with that
still
fixed
pushing
mindset, and then it
that.
goes with that space. So all of the things that we just now said, package it up together. If somebody is draining you and doesn't bring peace or doesn't add to your space, and even if it's you pouring into them, that's still add because it allows you to be a vessel.
Right.
But if it is causing anything distracting, anything that's pulling or draining,
You have to.
yeah.
One
you
thing,
got to.
I've read a quote that says that everybody that's in your circle is not necessarily in your corner. And that is so true. And people are here for a reason, a season, or a lesson, or maybe even a lifetime. And everybody has a place in your life. And you are basically the CEO of your life. So you can hire and fire whoever you want to. And not even be upset about it. And you'll be surprised how that makes you feel. It's kind of like a weight, because sometimes we might not even realize that person is draining, or that job is draining, or that situation is draining. And we fight to hold on to it when God is saying let it go. And he might have to do something drastic in order for us to let it go. And then you're like, all this time, I didn't even realize it. So,
and once you let it go,
that's
it. My gosh,
let it go. I mean, and this is for our audience. I mean, if you find yourself constantly saying, "Well, this is how I am. This is how I'm gonna be." I mean, do a self-check, a self-assessment. You know,
and if it is, and that's the way that you choose to be, that's the way you choose to be.
Yeah, but don't be mad.
When people start falling off and things like that.
Yes, that's the truth. That's the wholehearted truth. So the next thing, number 3, it's about like what street you going to live, what street you want to walk down. What street you want to walk down. And Steve Harvey does a great illustration in terms of the street. He talks about you missing all the gifts that God has for you. So I saw this graphic that's displaying, and it said, are you going to stay on the same old street? Like, this is how I've been all the time. Or are you going to be on Change Boulevard?
I like
it's
that.
a shift in the mindset. And if they're struggling to shift in their mindset, they are going to be on same old street.
I'll meet you at the next intersection.
Same old street. Yeah.
I like that.
So then the next one we talk about. A lot of people always focus on what happened previously, even when it's not anything that they can do to change it. So that's the whole, the thing that we're trying to get people, one of the things that I'm trying to get people to understand is, like, yesterday happened, and you might have went through something. So the quote was, I cannot change yesterday, but I can change today. So stop focusing on the things that you cannot change. The things that already happened, they happened. They're in the past. They're the past tense. Like, what's going on today and whatever stands before you, that's where you have the ability
we have
to
to live in the present.
Yes, definitely have to live in the present.
Especially with today's time.
You have authority to make corrections to what you messed up in the past. So you gotta look forward.
So I'll just post some other some other like very nice quotes that really like touch me. So the last one is, if you change nothing will change. If you change nothing will change. So we're going to shift to the financial mindset. Master money mastering. We got every time I see you, I see a dollar sign, Shanae. So Shanae about to talk about how to get your credit right. So Shanae.
Hello, people. How's everyone been? I have been wonderful. With spring, like I said, I've been spring cleaning, and so you also want to take a look at not just your property, your house, or things like that, but you want to clean your finances. You want to get ready to, you want to declutter, because how can you expect to have more coming in if it's cluttered? The riches can't find you. The wealth can't find you because it's cluttered. So one of the things I want to speak on is the 50-30-20 rule. So you want to spend 50% of your income or your earnings on things that you need. Okay? And so that's like, paying your bills, your mortgage, everything that you have to do. You want to spend 30% on the things you want, because you don't want to deprive yourself. You want to live. You know what I'm saying? You actually want to live. You want to have a life. So spend 30% on the things that you want. And then you want to spend 20% added to your savings, your retirement, and or your debt repayment. You want to get out of debt. So, you want to spend that extra 20% to getting out of debt, because like I said, I want you to change your mindset as far as credit, because so many of us think of credit as a debt when it's actually wealth. It's wealth building. And so speaking of thinking of credit as wealth building, what I wanted to share with you guys is that, believe it or not, but actually 66% of Americans actually have good credit, very good credit. So between 740 to 799, we actually have good credit, because people are focusing more on the credit and what they can do with it. They're actually paying attention. We're not afraid of credit anymore. It's not, a bad 5-letter word anymore. It's actually a good 5-letter word. And so with that being said, what I want you to focus on as far as like with your mindset and the way that you think about credit is rebuilding credit or building credit, and that goes to speak on your utilization.
Okay.
You want to keep your utilization, they say 30% or below. I actually say if you can get it down lower than 30%, then to do that, because that's going to give your credit score an instant boost. So for those of you who are struggling to get your credit score raised, a lot of times you may shy away from new credit.
So let me ask you a question. So if you have 2 credit card bills and you're working on paying down your debt, so if the thought is that, oh, let me go ahead and pay this one off in full. So say, for example, if you have a credit card bill for $6,000 and then you have one for, say, $3,000, would it be smart to pay both of them down to, at least 30%, then put the money elsewhere? Or should I pay off that one large one and then worry about the next one?
So what it all depends, because what you want to do is you want to calculate.
Okay.
So for whatever that credit limit is for each card, you want to calculate and you want to see what 30% of that card is.
Okay.
And so, but say for instance, if you have total debt between the two, if you have total debt between the two of $10,000, and say each card is about $5,000 each. So what you want to do is you're at 100% of your available credit. So what you want to do is you want to pay off both of them to where as though you've paid paid your total debt down to $3,000. So that's basically $1,500 on each card that you have left as a balance. Okay. Because then that will give you the 30% across the board.
Right. Okay.
And so, but if you pay off, because if you pay both of them off down to $1,500 a piece, then that's going to give you 30% utilization. Okay. But if you pay one of them off, that's only going to give you 50%.
Right. Okay.
So you want to do the calculations, and then also sometimes if you're not in a predicament, say for instance to pay off or to pay those down, what you want to do, and you want to definitely talk to someone about this. But if your credit scores are like, because you can still kind of have good credit even though you're kind of like maxed out a little bit. Whereas though you can get credit cards, but there are different companies that give you guaranteed credit lines without a credit check. Okay. So, but what you want to do is, if you're at that maximum where as though you can't afford to actually pay it down, or it doesn't make a dent in it, what you can do is you can apply for some secured credit cards, or you can apply for some secured or guaranteed credit lines that will then bring your utilization down because they have raised your credit limit. So if you apply for, you at the $10,000 limit, and so you're at 100%. But if you get approved for secured credit at another $10,000, then your utilization is now, and you still have that debt, your utilization has been brought down from 100% to 50%.
So with that new credit card that you got, you don't want to use
You don't have to. Well, you have to use it minimally.
Okay, minimal.
Because you needed to report.
Okay.
You needed to report, but you don't want to go crazy. Right. So what you want to do is you want to have that that credit amount to register on your report, so that it will bring your utilization down from 100 to 50.
Okay.
So maybe the second month or the third month you can use that card because you have to use it in order for it to report. But you don't have to get anything. You can go get gas. You can go buy something from Starbucks and then just pay it off while you're still paying off that other debt. But that kind of frees you up a little bit from that 100% debt utilization to 50%, and you're going to get a boost in your credit score
because of that new.
Because of that
now, what
new,
if you
and
have
it dropped
what if you have an existing one that may have a zero balance, but you have like $1,500 of a credit limit? So same situation, like Jadrine said. You have two that's maxed out. You have one is zero balance, it's still open, but you haven't used it. You have credit limit to, like, say for instance, $1,500. Should you use that or just open up a new one?
Open up a new one, because that new one gives you higher credit limits. That $1,500 is already calculated because you've had it, so it's already a part of your debt. It's already a part of your history. But the new, so with that $1,500 and then with your debt of $10,000, so it's basically saying out of your debt of $11,500, you're still really high. But if you get approved for an additional $5,000 or $10,000, then your credit limit has gone up from $11,500 up to maybe $20,000 or something like that. So it gives you more to play with as far as like the percentages.
Okay. So Shanae, hello everyone. Renee Duckett has a question. She wants to know. She's not understanding the secured credit card. How does that help? And how much should the secured credit card be to help you?
Any amount will help you. Most secured credit cards start you with maybe $200 because you're rebuilding. Some of them give you the flexibility, whereas though whatever you deposit is the available credit that you have. And the way that it helps you is because it gives you a positive trade line. It doesn't show that it's secured. Like if you pull out a secured credit card, it's going to say a credit card. It's not going to say a debit card. So that they know that you have credit. They don't know that it's a secured credit card. And with most of them, over time, if you pay your bill constantly for anywhere between 5 months to a year, not only do they increase your limit, but you get your deposit back. So then it becomes unsecured.
Right.
And so that helps you because you're building and you're showing that I can pay my bills back. And so it's the reason why it's secured is because it has your deposit as collateral.
Right. All right. Did that answer your question, Renee? All right.
Okay.
So can we talk about this limo financial?
Yes.
That's coming up.
Yes, I am so excited. So on Saturday, I am participating with 2 local real estate agents, one from the DC area and one from the Baltimore area. And what we are doing is we're coming together to make home buying an experience. So, when you go out with your real estate agent, a lot of times they either pick you up, you meet at the office, or you meet at the property. Or you're riding, separately or whatever, and you speak to your real estate agent on the phone. You might speak to the loan officer. If you need someone like me to help you with your credit, you speak to me, all at different times. What happened now is we decided to come together. We rented a luxury state-of-the-art limo bus, and we are picking up the people that registered. Is completely free. We're picking up the people that registered at Securities Park and Ride at I-70. And it's from 1 to 4. And what we do is we take the home buyers around to different properties to view. So new properties, renovated properties, new construction. Not only that, guys, not only do you have the real estate agents there on the limo bus telling you what you need to know, you have a loan officer that can answer any questions that you may have about how much you need to get in this house. And then you have me. To let you know what you need to do in case you need, your credit boosted. Not only that, we have food. We have drinks. Pepsi, and other stuff. We offer desserts. It's just a full experience. So not only do you get led, but you get fed.
Okay.
And we definitely feed you. So it's a whole experience.
Yes,
so like I said,
that's
you're
nice.
picked up in a state of the art limo bus, and we are basically at your beck and call. So it's an experience, and we're actually doing this every month.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is there a
nice.
fee
You said
associated with
she
this?
said
It is not.
Okay.
It is
It's
not
just,
a
you
fee.
just register.
Yeah, all you have to do is just go to cprofit.com, and
Okay.
that's C, the
The word or the letter?
the letter C, profit, PROPHET.com
Okay.
to register
Okay.
for the home buying tour.
Okay.
So, and you say the limo bus is going to be a security park and ride.
Yeah.
Did you say Route 4?
I-70.
I-7.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll tell
From
the
1
rest.
to 4.
1 to 4.
Nice.
Yep, and it's this Saturday, April the 13th.
Very nice. Very nice. Very
So,
nice.
That's a
I'm
great
excited.
idea. I like that.
I
I'm
like that.
excited.
That's an experience.
Yes, that
It's
is
an
very
experience.
That is very nice. It's different, and it's something that you can probably market
Yep.
in some other areas with
Yeah.
some other real estate companies
And that's
things like that.
what he's looking for, because
Yeah.
the Carlton Prophet, who actually is C Prophet, he is from the DC area,
Okay.
but he started his tour out in Arizona. So he's
Okay.
licensed in Arizona, Maryland, Virginia, and DC. And we actually connected on Facebook.
Okay.
And when he contacted me, I jumped at it, because this is, like you said, it's an experience,
Right,
and
right.
it's unheard of.
Yeah.
So he started out in Arizona. The weather is perfect, and he has had so much success. So he just recently moved back home to the DC area. He actually travels between both locations.
Okay.
And he was like, I want to get it started here. I'm the one to help you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you,
Okay.
Sinead.
Thank
Keep
you,
your
ladies.
questions coming.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do real quick is we're going to switch to Kamari. Kamari's he's behind the scenes, but he's gonna come behind us and he's gonna talk about a project that he has coming up very quickly. So come on in, Kamari. How are you? So let them know what you want to share.
Okay, so since last summer of 2018, I've had this YouTube channel called Kimara Experience, because since I was a child, I've always been singing. When I was back in daycare and stuff, they used to put on these summer, winter production. I was always being there doing the singing, dancing, always trying to be in the front and stuff.
Okay.
So then, as a little kid up until now, I always said this was like a big dream. By like 21, early 20s, I always said I wanted the big record deal, going on the world tour, doing all the big business they see the big celebs doing.
Okay.
So around like when I was like 16, so I was like, okay, how do I start promoting myself so somebody can see me? So I said,
Right.
I was looking, I'm like, well, YouTube people are blowing up off this.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I can go on there and do it. So I started it. I saved up money for my first job and stuff. Going to my second, got the camera. My mother helped me, got the laptop.
Okay.
So then I started putting out videos. Took a little break because I had to do a little college, but now I'm trying to come back around. Like
Do a little college.
Now I'm coming back around the weekend, and I just had to reflect, do something, make the videos even more better. Try to see, okay, what can I do better, bring it back so that way I can reach a bigger audience and stuff.
Yes. Well, any questions for
Yeah,
Kamari?
I do. So, okay, so exactly what is it that you do? Can you kind of explain?
Okay.
So,
I'm singing and performing. So basically, I try to I set up my cameras where I get close friends and family to help me. They help me record. I'm singing, covering other people's songs because I don't have enough money to make my own songs right now.
Right now.
So I just cover people's songs. Basically, I'm working on a tribute to one of my favorite artists, Beyonce, right now. That's coming out on Saturday. So basically, I'm taking a bunch of her old catalog, dancing to it, like doing some singing at the end and stuff for 2 songs. So it's basically that's why I named it Experience, because it's like a whole basic experience. You see singing, dancing, performing, just basically everything music related.
so it's like entertainment. Is this like entertainment? Okay, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
I wish you well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's our
awesome.
intern. He's on the back, so you don't see him, but he got an opportunity every now and then. This is his second time on the set, so every now and then he comes out here.
Right.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to commercial, and on the flip side of it, Trina has some girl talk.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some girl talk going on. So we'll see y'all on the flip side of the commercial.
All right.
Are you standing on your feet all day or sitting for hours on the job? Are you dealing with back, neck, and shoulder pain? Well, I got just the thing for you. Visit Optimum Wellness Services, where you will be provided with holistic treatments from therapeutic massages, meditation, nutrition, exercises, breathing, and stretching techniques to all help you promote relaxation and rejuvenation. Text APPT to 202-230-8511. That's 202-230-8511. You'll have an assessment. You will be glad you did. Let's Do This radio talk show. Advertisement and sponsorship opportunity. If you have a service, product, event, or initiative that you would like to promote, connect with us at Let's Do This. We are offering various sponsorships. We also have opportunities for 60-second ads and 10-minute takeover segments. Of course, this is in addition to our VIP guests. So check out our website, www.letsdothisradiotalkshow.com for more information. All right, y'all. So we're back. We're back for the last segment piece of it. So Trina's going to do her thing.
Right.
This is the part that always gets me because I know everything else that's going on. I never know my questions. So let's go.
Okay, so with me now, I was naive to this question that I had for you guys.
Okay.
But this term has been coming up lately, so I just want to get your point of views, each one of the point of view. And this term is the one-upper. The one-upper. Are you all familiar with the one-upper?
So I've been familiar with that for years. I don't know if the term changed, but what it was when we were growing up is no matter what, somebody always got to be on top. So no matter what you did, they did one thing a little bit better.
Okay, how about you, Shanae?
Yeah, that's just it. It's like, yeah, I'm better than you because I'm a one-up you, or to a point where as though it can kind of be petty, where as though it's like she always got to do something, she always got to be one upper, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it all depends on how you look at it, because it can be positive or it can be negative. Because you can be like, that person never is happy for whomever, they always got to outdo or one up. But it can also be like, she gonna take that one step further. She gonna up it. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on your mindset.
Your mindset. Bernie, how about you, Bernie?
No.
You're not familiar with it?
I'm familiar, but I no.
No. Okay. So
I don't get into all that because that brings on comparison and competition and it.
No, she was
asking. So I'm asking you. So like, what does it mean? Do you all have a one-upper in your space, in your circle? Do you have a one-upper in your space, in your circle? Like
not in my space, but I've seen people or whatever, but not any of my closest friends or people that I'm around. I can't really say that I have a one-upper.
Okay,
but I mean, I massage my circle.
Right. Not that I can think of, like, you know, offhand. For the most part, everybody that's in my space is genuinely happy for. And when they do something, you know, everybody is like, oh my God, that's so good. Like, it's not like, you know, I gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Even with it's like, you know, purchasing a car or a house, it's like, yo, you got it. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? And then it might come to a point where as though I have something, the same thing that you have, a newer one, months later or a year later or whatever, but it's never construed or anything as that. You know?
You have one in your circle?
I do. But the thing is, I'm just identifying it. I did not, because I'm not familiar with the one-upper, but I've been hearing it, and I'm like, what is that about? What is that about?
So it's beyond keeping up with the Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses try to be on your level or get what everybody.
And then
but
another
the one
thing
upper is like
they always another one upper. They always gotta tell you what they doing, what they've done. You know, the validation, the affirmation. It's just I wasn't familiar with it, so I'm like. I'm seeing it now, and I'm like, wow! It is. I do have one in my space. That's a one upper. But okay, so let's find out, you ladies. We all have a fetish, right? Whether it's shoes, purse, makeup, hair, whatever. Bernie, what's yours? What girl are you? Bernie, Bernie, I'll go. I don't even know why I started off with
Bernie. I'll go. Mine is. Sleepwear. I love pajamas and
pajamas, like the
and slippers. Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. My daughter bought me some slippers from off of Oprah's list, and I have UGG slippers right now, which are so comfortable. I haven't worn. I still have them in a box like these slippers.
Special occasion
She bought me some slippers in a robe. I love robes, slippers, and pajamas. Not necessarily lingerie, but pajamas, comfy. Oh my god,
everything matching,
and socks. Oh yes. That's my fetish.
Okay, cute. How about you, Nay?
Mine used to be shoes and purses and going shopping. Honestly, now my fetish is vanilla Haagen-Dazs and Pepsi.
Come on,
I'm in heaven.
Yes.
All right. I had a struggle, but I think I'm that bad girl.
Okay,
I'm still a bad girl.
Okay.
I'll put because I like expensive purses, I'll put my eyes on a purse. It'll be a goal for me to get, and I'll get it, and then that's on my list or whatever for my collection. But I'm not one that gotta buy a purse every month or whatever. But I think I'm a bad girl. Yeah. Okay. Now, how about you, Bernie?
I want to know what that means. I want to know why y'all say Bernie. What? Because what? I want to understand. What am I giving you?
You giving
you want an explanation,
I ain't in that.
So can I explain myself? I don't have all of that. That's not my mindset, and that's not my. So I don't have an answer.
The first thing was have you ever heard of
I said no.
What do you think?
I said no.
And that was it. You was like, no, I ain't into that.
Guess what happened? What did y'all do at the end of that conversation? Came back to what I said it was. Competition. Look at the replay.
But that was the question.
But the thing is, okay, wait, I'm too far ahead. I'm sorry.
Because when you was like, that I ain't into that. That's when we was like, what? We asked you if you was into it.
No, I told you no. I don't know. I don't have. I heard of one. I said yes. I heard of one upper, but I don't. And I didn't answer whether I had one, but I don't have one on my thing. But anyway.
Okay. So did you? Okay. What's your fetish? You don't.
Okay, what's next?
Gosh. Okay. Let me find one. Okay.
I'm unique. I'm sorry.
Okay, you are.
It's okay.
Okay. So I know you married or whatever, but when you approach Shanae, aren't you married, Shanae? Shanae, I thought you were married. Oh, okay. All right, well, okay. So when you approach by a man, what's the first thing you look at? Shoes, teeth, mouth, the haircut. All right, Bernie, you jumped out with that one. Okay,
because I know that very well.
What you look at?
Everything. I size them up very quick. Shoes,
you do everything?
Teeth, eyes. Yep.
Oh,
hair.
God. They got to come correct.
Okay.
Okay. How about you, Drain? You
everything.
do the whole? You do everything?
When I'm
very quick.
So it depends, because I'm a hoe.
I'm a visual.
But if I'm talking, teeth first, because I'm looking and we're talking, and I give eye contact. If you at a distance, I'm going from the shoes up.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you now?
If I'm attractive, I'm going from that face
down.
Yep.
Well, and then your shoes can count you out, because if your face look good and them shoes are messed up,
you could do up with some shoes. Bye. You could get some shoes. Okay.
No.
So if the shoes banged up. Oh, so the shoes. Okay, so how about you, Shanae?
Well, although I'm not married, I am in a long-term relationship. Okay. So I don't actually look at, men or anything like that.
When you met them.
Well, see, he don't count because I've known him since I was 8.
But
yeah, so that don't count. But anybody that's coming, like my mother always said, I start at your feet and work my way up. I don't even realize it, but I do. Okay. And my mother was like, you always do that. So if I was in that situation, it would be the feet up.
Okay, so
I love a beard too.
Me, I'm sorry, y'all, but I do shoes. I do watch.
Oh, okay.
I look at your watch. I pay attention to your shoes, your watch. The teeth. I'll check them out. I don't know. I check the shoes, the watch, and then I may do the teeth. I may do the teeth.
Yeah. So if I had to pick 3, it would be teeth, shoes,
and then the beard. Oh, you like the beard? Okay.
Game. So my 3 would be shoes, probably like the face.
Oh yeah,
and then the ring finger.
Oh yeah, the ring finger.
Let me go back. Face is a different. Face is.
None of y'all gonna say face is a. I'll be like Birdie.
I've never been one that's really been hooked on really handsome guys. I never have. I've never been hooked on handsome guys.
And I'm not being any kind of way. I'm just being straight up. Right. A funny looking dude.
Well,
or
they
somebody
can't be funny looking.
I like attractive guys. Right. I like attractive guys. I like our swag to equal each other. Swag. So
how's height?
You can't narrow down a 3-inch range.
Is height? Yeah. Is height an issue?
I would like somebody at least taller than me.
I love.
I like the. Yeah.
They don't have to.
So I already know who's out in your box when we're talking about it. And when you was like something going on with the mouth, I was like,
You said that.
Jay was like, something's going on in the mouth.
I didn't say that.
But yeah. So you hot. But yeah, I will check your shoes out, and I got to check that watch out. Something about the watch, you know, and then I get up to the teeth. So that's my tea girl. That's my girl tea for today.
We're all the same,
right? Yeah. So man,
get your shoes together.
Get your shoes together. For me, get them teeth together.
Yeah.
For Trina,
get that
piece together.
Get that thing together.
For me, keep that
beard. I like a nice beard.
Nice and.
Cut. Cut.
Well, but it shouldn't be. Actually, this day and time, should nobody be walking around with no messed up teeth? I mean, it's too much. It's too many resources out here to get your teeth fit. Even if you came home from jail, because they fix your teeth in jail.
Yes, they do.
Dudes come home with a nice set of a new grill when they come home from jail. So it's no excuse for any man to be walking around here with messed up teeth. It's too many resources for that.
All right, y'all. So the time has come to the end of the show. Who else had joined us? Like, shout out to whomever.
Yeah, give us some shout outs.
All right, shout out to, before we leave, Renee Duckett. I saw Deborah Thornton take a bow. Hey, Alicia. Who else?
I saw Nika
Colbert. I saw Danita.
Cassandra Lewis. I saw her. She was like the first person online.
And it was Danita or
y'all.
Thank y'all for joining the show.
So much for joining the show. I know we got a little serious at the beginning, but I needed that. I needed to get through my weekend. So thank y'all for tuning in and listening and getting through that. It was like a great piece of healing for me. So I appreciate that. So y'all know how we do at the end of the show. Ladies, can we, shall we? Let's do this!
Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up on our Facebook page.